Let's welcome everyone to this workshop workshop on data analyst versus data scientist. So let me introduce myself. I'm Shiva Krishna. There might be some few new students completely who are attending for the first time today's class. For those people, I'm introducing myself. I'm Shiva Krishna, where I'm having overall 12 years of experience, and presently I'm associated as a data science trainer in Naresh IT, and where I used to give the trainings for various students, various learners from 0 to 10 years of ITS of experience. So there might be some students who are with respect to freshers. There might be some students who are already experienced. So I'm as a corporate trainer. I used to give the multiple trainings for different companies at different levels. Right now, I have handled with multiple projects related to various domains, as data science is not only applicable for one domain, it is applicable for multiple domains. So we have worked earlier with respect to various projects, that is from finance project, e-commerce, telecom, HR, healthcare, even in the aviation industry also, this data analysis and data analytics will be used. And I'm a top 2 percentile data scientist from Kaggle. And coming to the education, I have done my master's from BITS and set this data science from IIM Raipur. And I hold a couple of certifications, that is IBM Data Science Professional, and I was a certified data scientist by IBAC, that is International Association of Business Analytics Council, USA, certified in data science from IIT Madras, and Microsoft certified in Python, and also Microsoft certified in data science. And I have holded multiple certifications. If I start explaining what are the certifications I have done, around 60 to 70 certifications I have done in data science, more than that only. If I start explaining about my certifications, it will take another 1 hour for that only separately. So let's get into this. As from this, you can clearly understand that I'm the alumni of BITS, IIT, and IIM. Right now, coming to the today's class, what is today's agenda? Agenda is with respect to data analyst and data scientist. Now, what exactly a data analyst will do? What is his role? And what are the skills required to be as a data analyst? And what would be the salaries of a data analyst? And what is the growth of a data analyst? Means if you start as a data analyst, how would be your growth? And what is the present demand in the market for the data analyst role? Similarly, coming to the data scientist also, what exactly the data scientist will do? What are the skills required for the data scientist? And what is the salary? And what would be the growth? And what is the present demand of data scientist in the market? Present demand. I'm saying present, not with the past or not with the future. With respect to present demand in the market. And finally, I'm going to compare between the data analyst versus data scientist. Not only data scientist, and I'm going to even show you what is data engineer also. As obviously, when I'm explaining this one, some students are going to write in the chat box, sir, what is the difference with the data engineer then? So that one also we are going to discuss. Now coming to this, before starting this, let me start explaining. We are having different types of analytics are there. Okay, different types of analytics are there. What is meant by analytics? Analytics means analyzing the data. We are going to analyze the data. Whatever the data was given to us, we are analyzing the data. That data might be with respect to the reviews, Amazon reviews. The data might be with respect to emails. The data might be with respect to Twitter data. The data might be with respect to loan from the banking industry. The data might be with respect to customer details from telecom industry. The data can be anything. Now we are analyzing the data is called as analytics. Analyzing means analysis. What are the different types of analysis we are having? Means first one is called as descriptive analytics. Second one is called as diagnostic analytics. Third one is predictive analytics. Fourth one is prescriptive analytics. So we are having 4 different types of analytics are available. And these 4 types of analytics, let us understand each of them detailedly so that you can understand the difference between data analyst versus data scientist in the further. First, starting with descriptive analytics. Now, descriptive analytics means we are going to discuss what was happened already, which was already completed. Means what was already happened, past data, describing the past data. Describing the past data is called as descriptive analytics. So whatever the data was provided to you, you are going to describe. For example, in this class, as of now, some offline students are there, online students are there. How many offline? How many online? In that offline, how many boys? How many girls? In the online, how many boys? How many girls? In this, how many of them are IT industry? How many of them are non-IT industry? How many of them are experienced? How many of them are non-experienced? Like this, if you start analyzing the given data, whatever the data was given to you, if you explain that given data, that is called as what was happened. That is describing the historical data is called as descriptive analytics. To understand these four things, okay, for me to explain these four, that is descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and finally prescriptive analytics in a simple way, I'm going to take an example. One example. What is that example I'm going to consider is, there is one patient. One patient is there. What is meant by patient? Patient means having some kind of health problem. Whoever having the health problem, whatever the health problem it is, okay, basic fever to basic headache or whatever it is, from there to advanced level, everything, whatever the health problem you are having, the person is having some kind of health problem, he is called as patient. Now assume there is a patient and this patient has went to a doctor. Okay, what he is going to do first? First, he is going to describe his health problem. Describe whatever the health problem is there, he is going to describe his health problem. Sir, I'm facing this type of health problem from last 2 days or yesterday onwards, morning onwards or something. And in the body in this particular location, it is paining or something he is going to say. Like that, he is going to explain the health problem. After explaining the health problem, what the doctor is going to do first means he is going to diagnose. He is going to do the diagnosis. Diagnosis, he will start with the first one called as stethoscope. He will start with the stethoscope, and using the stethoscope, he is going to do the basic diagnosis. And from that, if you are saying that I'm having some kind of fever, automatically he is going to use the next tool called as thermometer. And using that thermometer, he is going to identify what is the temperature in your body, what is the temperature you are having. So he is going to do the basic diagnosis. And after the basic diagnosis, if he is not able to understand from that, he is going to write some scan. That whatever the related to that particular health problem, he is going to write some scan. For example, you are saying malaria, some kind of fever or something. He is going to ask some kind of dengue test or malaria test or something. If the tests are says that it is normal, after the test, next one what he is going to do? Predictive. Based on the test report, whatever the test report is there. For example, malaria report, negative. Dengue report, negative. COVID report, negative. All the reports are negative. Then what he is going to assume? It is as some kind of viral fever and basic fever, and he'll say that this is a normal one only. Just you take this Dolo 650 medicine, and it will be set in next 4 to 5 days. Morning one and evening one, you take the medicine like this, and everything will be normal. So he is going to prescribe some medicines. Is going to prescribe some medicines. These are the 4 steps will be done. First, we have to explain the problem. For that problem, they are going to do the diagnosis. Later, they are going to do the prediction based on the diagnostics report. Based on the report, they are not going to do on the fluke, or they are not going to do based on anything. So they are having the data with them. Some data is there, that is reports. Based on the reports, they are going to predict. The doctor is going to do the prediction. What prediction? What is the exact health problem he is going to predict? And based on that prediction, he is estimating that one. Whatever he is estimating, for his estimation, he is giving the medicines. Basically, a doctor is also a data scientist. This is official data scientist, that is with respect to biological data scientist who is working on the human bodies. So he is also doing the prediction. He is also analyzing and he is doing the prediction, and finally he is prescribing something. And after prescribing, he is going to say that this health problem is going to be for next 1 or 2 days. And next in 2 days, the health problem will be normal. He is going to explain like this. So this explaining, first step, you are explaining the health problem. Na? This is called as descriptive, describing. This is called as descriptive. Descriptive means which is also called as describe, where you are going to describe your problem. Next one is called as diagnostic. Diagnostic means why it was happened. You have to identify what is the reason. You have to do the diagnosis. This is called as diagnostic analytics. Diagnostic analytics. In the diagnostic analytics, what they are going to do? Identify what is the problem. What is the problem? Next one is predictive. And based on the predictive, they are making with respect to estimation. The predictive analytics, this is called as predictive analytics. In the predictive analytics, what they are going to do? Estimation they are going to do. They are making the estimation. This estimation might be correct, may not be correct. Okay, so they are going to estimate. And finally, based on the estimation, they are going to have the prescriptive. Sir, try to explain with another example. With already this example is okay, but try to explain with one more. Now, one more example where I'm going to start with descriptive analytics and predictive analytics, all these things. Now, descriptive analytics, let's start. In Naresh IT, we are having the multiple batches. Every month we'll have multiple batches for multiple courses. In this particular Naresh IT, as of now, present in this particular batch, how many students are there? If less number of students are there, why? What is the reason? If more number of students are there, why? What is the reason? More number of students are there also, what is the reason? Because there is suddenly huge demand has came into the market. And suddenly there is a wide opening in the market and multiple students are getting the software jobs. Immediately they have to upgrade themselves and they have to go into the next company. For example, suddenly the data science, multiple jobs are open in the market. What happens? The persons who are already working in the companies also, they will try to learn the data science and they'll identify the best institute and they'll start learning that one and they'll try to shift immediately because there is good growth in that. For example, there is no much demand in the market. What happens? Students will be less. So here we are going to identify what would be the reason why the students are more, why the students are less. That is called as diagnostic analytics. There should be some reason now. Suddenly more number of students are coming means there should be one reason. If less number of students are coming means there should be one reason. For anything, reason should be there. Some reason should be there. Identifying that reason is called as diagnostic analytics. And based on that diagnostic analytics, next, for example, suddenly the students are very high, means market is very high. And with respect to data science jobs or data analytics jobs are very high. What happens? Naresh IT is going to estimate that, okay, due to this demand, more number of students are there. Immediately they are going to allot multiple batches. Every week, one batch they'll start. For example, in the market, demand is low. What they are going to do? Every month, one batch they'll start. So based on that, they are estimating, and based on the estimation, they are doing the business accordingly, which is called as predictive analytics. Their estimation, how they are estimating, how they can know that, sir, tomorrow these many, for example, present in the class as of now in front of me, offline. When compared to online, 170 students are there. But in offline, very less number of students are there. Why? What is the reason? Miss diagnostic. What is the reason behind that? Miss Diwali. Due to Diwali, yesterday Friday night only, many people will jump to their hometowns. This is common. And again, after once that Diwali is completed, Monday morning they'll return back, or some people Monday evening they'll start and Tuesday morning they'll come back. If whatever the strength we are having today, 100% the strength is going to be more on Wednesday. No doubt in that. Blindly it is. How you can say this one means based on the past data. This is our experience. That experience is whatever the data is in my mind. Now the same data in my mind, whatever the data is there, if the data is in the database, and if you analyze, you are also called as experience. The only difference between you and me is the data you are not having. If you are also having the data and if you also start analyzing, you are also called as experienced person only. Here I'm having the data with me. Last 2 years during the festival season, how the students will be behaving pattern, and when they'll go to their hometowns, when they'll return back from their hometowns, and how the students will come into the class. Everything we know that. That is my with respect to the data. That data is with respect to last 2 years data. Whatever I have observed in Naresh IT, that data is in my brain, and I'm analyzing that one. And based on that analysis, I'm estimating. If that whatever is in my brain, the data, if I open that data and if I keep in front of you, and if you also start analyzing, you will also understand the same. So first one is descriptive analytics, followed by diagnostic analytics, followed by predictive analytics. Based on the predictive analytics, we are going to make accordingly that one. Now comes to the prescriptive analytics. Sir, in the Naresh IT only tell the prescriptive analytics, what we are going to do. So as I've told you, from Wednesday onwards, we are going to get more amount of students. When more amount of students are there, obviously data science should be allocated with the classroom which is having a big size. We can't allot a classroom which is having the small size. So we have to select the classroom accordingly. So the admin, whoever the Naresh IT admins are there, they are going to schedule the class in this particular classroom, wherever the classroom size is more than 100 students, because that is going to be the demand on the Wednesday. They are estimating what would be the number, and based on the number, they are trying to allocate the class. For example, they have estimated wrongly and they have allocated a classroom which is having 50 students only. Suddenly 10 students comes into the class, 60 students has came on that day, Wednesday. What happens? Remaining students will feel that in this Naresh IT, where in the small rooms they are making the students to be indulged with respect to, and there will be no space even to sit also. They will give a negative publicity. So then what we have to do, as per the demand, we have to select the classroom, and we have to give a good facility to the students. Why? In order to make the business. Simple reason. So this is with respect to descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. Now here we are having, these are the 4 different types of analytics. And these 4 types of analytics with respect to, first one is descriptive, what was happened. What was happened will be worked only on the past data, not on the future data. What was happened means past. What has is a past verb, which was already completed. So here describing the historical data, whatever you are applying the historical data, that is called as descriptive analytics. And why it was happened, identifying the cause, identifying the reason behind that. Then it is called as diagnostic analytics. As I have told you, doctor example, na, patient explains to the doctor what is the health problem, and doctor is going to diagnose the health problem. Next one is predictive analytics. Predictive analytics means what likely to happen, estimation, future estimation, and predicting what would be the expected outcome, and choosing the right algorithm. And right algorithm is, for the health problem, doctor has to identify correct scanning. If you are having the problem with the fever means, he has to do the related to fever test, blood test, urine test, or whatever the test related to that. He can't do the test related to kidney. He can't do the related to liver. He can't do related to with respect to the brain. He has to identify the right one. Now in the market, multiple doctors are there. Who is called as famous doctor? The doctor who identifies correctly the health problem, more precisely the health problem, he is called as famous doctor. Why everyone will say he is very famous? Because he knows exactly how to identify the problem. Identifying correct problem is itself 90% problem will be solved. Because once we identified the virus, according to the virus, antibiotics we are going to send, medicine. If you don't know proper virus only, how you will select the antibody for that? Antivirus, how you are going to select? Right? So identifying the right algorithm, we are having multiple algorithms for the given particular example, for the given project, which is the suitable algorithm. and that one only we have to apply. We can't apply different algorithms on this. And based on this example here, how the doctor is going to do the diagnosis reports and how he is going to predict the health issue using the machine learning, I'm going to estimate the future. And from that prescriptive analytics, what I need to do in order to get the better results, what we have to do. You are giving the suggestions. Prescriptive means suggestions. What in order to get the better result. For example, you are working in the Infosys. In the Infosys last 10 years, what are the different clients and what are the different projects they have worked? First, you are analyzing that one. First step. Second step, what different clients and why you have got from that clients the projects. You have got for multiple projects related to telecom. Infosys, they have got multiple projects related to telecom, related to finance, but they have not got any project related to aviation. Why? What would be the problem? Why Infosys has not worked on the aviation project? Identify that one. Maybe domain knowledge. Lack of domain knowledge means there is no person who is having that much of good knowledge in the aviation, or these people are not having the connections with the aviation companies. Infosys is not having any connections. What would be the reason? There should be some reason. Identify the reason. After identifying the reason, now you do the betterization in order to get the more amount of projects. So that is called as with respect to analyzing the data and estimating. Now every project will be of two types. In the data analysis area, every project will be two types. First type will be descriptive analytics project. Second type will be diagnostic analytics project. In the descriptive analytics project, we have to describe only. For example, as I have told you earlier, in NareshIT, if I am working as a data analyst, I am working. Now my work is how many batches has allotted in the last 1 year. In that, how many batches has allotted for data science. Within that, how many batches are for SRK, trainer SRK, Shiva, Krishna, and how many batches per other trainer. In that, how many students has enrolled. With each trainer, how many students enrolled. Within the students, how many got placed. Within the students placed, what is the minimum package and what is the maximum package, what is the average package. And in that, how many people are MNC and how many people are startups. And with respect to how many of them are girls and how many of them are boys. How many of them are having previous experience and has got the job, and how many freshers has got the job. All this called as analysis. This is last 1 year data. I'm not speaking the present, not your batch. I'm speaking about the previous batches which already completed at Naresh IT. So this type of analysis, if you do for the previous batches, which was already completed, whatever the data is there with you, and if you are applying that one, then it is called as describing the past data. And this describing the past data will be done by the data analyst. That is the work of a data analyst. Describing the past data. Whatever the data was there already, you have to describe. If you are working in a data analyst as in the Naresh IT, your work is, as I have told you earlier, you have to analyze. You have to analyze the past data. How many batches has completed? In that, how many batches Java batches, how many Python batches, how many data science batches, how many DevOps batches, how many AWS batches, how many students has enrolled, all these things. What, sir? What is this analysis? If I analyze, what happens? If you understand the past data, from that, Naresh IT is going to do the still more business. For example, previously, more number of students has joined in the data science. Demand is there. For the demand, they are going to do the supply. Supply means they are going to have with respect more number of batches. But trainers are very less number of trainers are there. More number of trainers are not there. We are going to suggest them. Sir, present in the outside market, data science course is having very high demand. We have to allot multiple batches. If required, please hire multiple trainers also. Suggestion, prescriptive. So first you are analyzing the past data. Analyzing the past data, describing the past data is the work of data analyst. And predicting the future data. Predictive analytics will be done by the predictive analytics, along with the predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics will be done by the data scientist. Descriptive analytics and diagnostic analytics will be done by the data analyst. Based on the work, for example, if I ask you to analyze last 2 years data of Naresh IT, you have to use that work only. If I ask you to estimate what would be the next month if I allot for SRK one more batch. For SRK, sir, if I allot one more batch, what would be the number of students? If I ask you to estimate, you are going to do the estimation. Then you are called as data scientist. How you are going to estimate? Based on the past data, you are going to estimate. In the past data, you are going to see not only total number of students, monthly wise students. In the particular November month, what is the demand? In the April month, is there any connection like that? Everything you are going to analyze. In November month and December month, January month will not be same as May month. May month, every student will complete their final year and they will be waiting for their with respect to the jobs. At that time, more number of students will be there. In the January month or February month or November month, final year exams will be going on. Semester exams will be going on. I'm saying before to COVID situation. During the COVID, everything was changed. I don't know presently in colleges what is the timetable. All right. Generally, semester wise, November and December will be the semester exams, and even semester exams will be in the month of April and May. Generally. And in the May, once the exams are completed, the students will start immediately for getting the jobs. They'll start enrolling in the course in the institutes, and finally they'll try to get the job. So generally that will be done. Now here we are analyzing the data, describing, and from that we are going to predict. So generally projects will be of two types in the companies. One is descriptive analytics project, one is predictive analytics project. For descriptive analytics project, you have to describe only. For predictive analytics project, you have to estimate. For estimating, if it is a small data, you can estimate manually. If it is a large amount of data, for that we require the machine learning. If it is a large amount of unstructured data, then we require artificial intelligence. Structured data will be done using the machine learning. Unstructured data will be done using the artificial intelligence. So here the data scientist is going to use ML and AI. They are going to use the tools called as ML and AI. And using them, they are going to do. Right? So here, this is with respect to the descriptive analytics and predictive analytics projects. Now, coming back to with exactly what does a data analyst will do. Step by step, what the data analyst will do means, first, he is going to define the problem. He is going to understand what the client requires and what is the plan of action and how we are going to do and how we are going to communicate with the team. This comes under first step. And from there, they are going to collect the data, which is already in the cloud or either in the database, somewhere the data will be there. They are going to collect the data. And next one is clean the data. Whatever the data they have collected, they are going to clean the data. They are going to make with respect to standardization, normalization, and data validation. Means text data can be converted to numerical data. All these things they are going to do with this. And once the clean data, now they are going to start applying the analysis. After cleaning, they'll do the analysis. And whatever the analysis they have done, they are going to present that one by creating the reports. For example, if I have given one project and I ask you to show me, are you going to show me step by step? No. Directly you are going to bring one PPT and you are going to present. In that PPT, whatever the work you have done, you are going to present. That is called as presentation, final work. So here you are going to make some kind of reports. Some reports you are going to make, and using that reports, you are going to have some visualizations and that you are going to present. So to be more precise, let me write here clearly what exactly a data analyst will do. Data analyst work. Data analyst work. First step, he is going to understand the business problem. Business problem is nothing but project. He is going to understand the business problem. Business problem is also called as project. Understand the project. This is the first step. What he is going to do. Understand. Understand this one clearly. What exactly the client is required and by what time what he want. For example, the project is 3 months. Today they will give the project and after 3 months only again they'll ask you. No, in between also they'll ask. Weekly report, monthly report, and whatever the things you have observed till now, they're going to check. Suddenly after 3 months, if you suddenly says that, sir, till now we have not started due to some reason, what happens? The client is going to face some problem. So they'll not take any kind of risk. Now, second, this is business problem, that is project. Second step, after this, they are going to collect the data. Collect the data. Whatever the data is there, they are going to collect the data either from database or from the cloud. Okay. After collecting the data, they are going to understand this one. Data understanding. They are going to do complete data understanding. And once, sorry. No. Data, first we have to understand the data. Data means here, whatever the column names are there. Every column names you have to understand. From that only you can do the data pre-processing. Proper cleaning you have to do means first you have to understand your data columns. What are the column names? Sorry. Raw data. What are the raw data? Understand the raw data only. I'm saying the raw data only. Okay. Whatever this is there, understand the raw data. Understanding the given raw data. In the raw data, whatever the column names are there, what are the different types of variables are there, and what are the different, everything you have to understand. So there will be continuous variables, there will be discrete variables, some technical things are there that we have to understand. After understanding this one, technical terms, everything once we understand, now we are going to do the data cleaning. A proper data cleaning has to be done. Okay. So there might be some missing values will be there. Some abnormal data will be there. Some wrong data will be there. Like that, we may have different data. So we have to properly clean the data. And after cleaning the data, now finally you are going to do the data analytics. That is descriptive data analytics. Descriptive analytics you are going to apply. Now you are going to play the game. What is the means? Here we are going to make different combinations. So for example, I have told you for NareshIT last 2 years data is there. In the last 2 years, how many batches? Overall batches you want means you are first writing the code for overall batches. You want exclusively data science batches, you are going to write data science batches. How many unique courses are there in NareshIT? In last 2 years, how many different courses they have given? What are the various courses? And for that various courses, what are the, in terms of how many batches they have allocated? All these things, you are going to make different analysis. And once you have done the descriptive analytics, that is describing the past data, whatever the data was given to you, you have done. This describing will be done only on the clean data. You can't do the unclean data. You have to apply on the clean data only. Otherwise, it will throw the errors. Okay. It will throw different types of errors. So the data should be cleaned. Then only you can apply. And after doing this one, now finally, whatever you have done, you are going to do the presentation. Presentation to others should be simple, means you have to present by using the plots. Finally, you have to use the plots. Right? Now, this is the work of a data analyst. Now, what are the skills required for this? Or for every step, what are the skills required? For understanding the business problem, good communication is required. Communication skills are required. Based on his communications, he will understand the business problem. If communication is not there, or he is having complete fear, shy, something is there, he can't speak, then you can't even understand the business problem properly. Whatever the question is there, you have to ask multiple questions and you have to get the clarity. So here, next, collecting the data. For collecting the data, you require the SQL. That is structured query language. If it is cloud, Azure or GPS or GCP or AWS, whatever the cloud, one cloud technology. If you learn one cloud technology, second cloud technology automatically easy, because almost everything will be same. If you know how to operate Mac OS, Android OS also you can operate. I'm not saying exactly will be the same, almost will be the same. If you learn one, second one will be almost same. Only some changes will be there. If asterisk is there, then it is called as copyright issue. So they can't keep asterisk. Microsoft, whatever it was created, if it asterisk is copied by Amazon, then it is going to be a problem. That is patent. You can't copy asterisk. You have to do small modifications, right? If you learn how to ride the Pulsar bike, automatically you know how to ride the other bikes also. All the bikes are Pulsar only means no, but almost similar. Similarly, here also same. So first you are going to learn the SQL. From the SQL, you are going to collect the data. After collecting the data, you have to do the cleaning. A proper cleaning has to be done, means statistics should be good. You should be very good at statistics. What type of statistics? Descriptive statistics. What is meant by mean? What is meant by median? What is meant by variance, standard deviation? All the technical terms of statistics should be clear in order to make a data understanding proper. Data understanding along with the data cleaning. And for doing the data cleaning, we may do the same data cleaning in the SQL itself, or we may use the Python. We connect the data to the Python. And in the Python, we'll do this one. How we are going to do means, with the Python, there is a library called as pandas, which is called as data manipulation library. Using the pandas, we are going to manipulate the data. We are going to clean the data. We are going to replace the data. We will modify the data. All these are the meaning is same only. Words are different. Modifying, cleaning, replacing, or manipulating, everything is same. Right? Once we have done this one, finally, we are going to analyze the data. For analyzing the data, you are going to again use the same pandas, again Python. In the Python only, you can do the analysis, complete analysis. And complete analysis was completed. Finally, you are going to present. The presentation also can be done in the Python, or you are going to use some presentation separately. We are having Power BI or Tableau or QuickView like this. Data visualization tools are there. So like this, by using this one. So some people will use directly like this. What are the skills required? Means skills in terms of SQL, statistics. Without understanding statistics, we can't understand the data. 100% statistics is mandatory. And followed by Power BI. So in this case, what they are going to do, they'll do the cleaning also in the SQL only. Cleaning also in the SQL, descriptive analytics also in the SQL, everything they'll do in the SQL only. And after completing the SQL, directly they'll connect this SQL to the Power BI. There is a connection. And they'll connect. After connecting directly from the SQL, whatever the analysis they have made, they are going to do the presentation in the Power BI. Okay. Some people will use Python. Means first from the SQL, what they'll do means simply extract the data. Cleaning will be done in the Python. Cleaning will be done. Analysis also will be done in the Python. Presentation also will be done in the Python. And this Python will be connected to the Power BI. Sir, when we have to use Power BI, when we have to use Tableau, or when we have to use Python, that depends on the business problem, end user. For example, you are the end user. You are having with you Microsoft product is there. Microsoft product is there. Then what I have to use? Power BI I have to use. Then I have to share you the Power BI reports. Then you can open that one. For example, you are having Tableau. I have to share you the Tableau report. Right? For example, you are having with respect to Android mobile. What type of installation file I have to share for you? .apk file I have to share you. Extension with APK. Then you can install that particular app in your Android. If I share you .exe, can you install that one in the Android? No, that file is used for the Windows. When I have to share .exe or when I have to share .apk? That depends on the end user. If the end user is using Android, means I have to send the Android file. If the end user is using Windows, means I have to send the Windows file. If the end user is using the Mac OS, means I have to send the Mac file accordingly. Similarly, end user is using what? Based on that, the data visualization will be dependent. In the market, which is having more demand, means Power BI and Tableau. These two are having the more demand. Tableau is almost having the same demand from starting onwards. Recently, Power BI is increasing. The trend of the Power BI is increasing. Since the more trend is there towards the Power BI, so we have included in our course Power BI. Since we have to follow the trend, because we have to get the jobs at the end. This is the data analyst work and this is the skills required for the data analyst. To complete the entire work, these are the skills required. And after completing this, now what is the coming to the role? What is the role they are going to do? First, start with the data analyst, like junior data analyst. As they will start with the junior data analyst, junior level. After junior level, they'll move on to the senior level, senior data analyst. From there, senior data analyst. From there, they'll move on to the lead data analyst. Lead means after certain years of experience. So junior means fresher. From fresher, 2 years of experience, they are called as senior. After 2 years, below 2 years, they are still called as freshers only. 0 to 2 years of experience is considered as fresher and basic level only. In the IT industry, they are called as still starters. Seniors, when they are having more than 2 years of experience, they are called as seniors. From there, lead data analyst. From that, director of analytics. They are going to become the director of analytics team, head of the analytics. This is the order which they are going to move one by one. As years of experience increases, data size increases. Data size increases. Starting in the fresher, they'll give a small data. Starting only, if they give large amount of data, work will be never completed. It is waste of time. Industry knows that one. For which type of person, what is the caliber, and for that caliber, accordingly, we have to provide the work. If you give more work also, the student cannot do. It is waste of time. Unnecessarily, you are wasting the valuable time. So what is the capacity and what is the caliber, and based on that, they are going to allot the work. Is the points are clear? This is with respect to the rows in the one by one. And coming to the demand in the market, present demand, fully demanded, complete. Every industry is looking for this, and freshers is first priority for the freshers they'll give. And freshers they'll hire as data analyst because that is describing only now, they are not predicting. For example, in the Naresh IT only, you are the data analyst, I assume. And you have analyzed the last 2 years data and you have present to Naresh sir. Naresh sir happily will listen. If you say to Naresh sir, I have joined 3 days back only, batch was started, and I have came to Naresh IT and I have saw the building and this is the problem, that is the problem. If you start explain the problems, Arey, you came just 3 days back. We are in the industry from last 20 years. In 3 days only you have observed these many things. Means from 20 years, how many things we have to observe then? If you start predicting or estimating, or if you are giving suggestion as a junior level, seniors will not accept that one initially. So that is the reason for freshers, first priority will be given as data analyst, not as a data scientist. Though they hire you as a data scientist in the company also, first they will give a simple projects only for you. Directly they will not force you on the high level projects. I'm saying about the MNC companies. In the startup companies, that is different. Based on the money and based on the different things, that is different. That is a different story. Startups is a different story. I am speaking about the MNCs, top MNCs, right? This is the scenario. Now, demand. So here, in our best thing is for us is this one. So first we load the data in the pandas, and after learning the pandas, sir, now pandas is best or SQL is best for cleaning the data? Pandas or SQL? Which one is best for cleaning? Which one is easy? Means once you learn the pandas in your entire life, you will never open the SQL. Challenge. In your entire life, you will never open the SQL to clean the data. That much of easiness will be there in the pandas. Dead easy, simply. Okay, one of the most easiest one. Pandas when compared to SQL. Right? So here, choice is yours. You can do wherever you want. Finally, we want the analysis. I want the report. The way how you have done is not important. Your report is important for me. None of them is going to sit side to you and how you are working and which tool you are using. None of them is going to watch like that continuously. They are not going to monitor like that. They will give some work for you. They'll assign some work and they'll ask with respect to what is the requirement. For example, you have made some plot in the Python. Okay, using the Python only, you have made some plot. But end user is Tableau or Power BI. End user wants Power BI report only, not the Python report. Finally, you have to share the report as per the end user. You do whatever the analysis you want. Report you have to share as per the end user. Is the point is clear? Guys, it is clear? And we are going to do in the class also pandas only. The cleaning will be done using the pandas. And I am going to explain the SQL for extracting the data. How to extract the data only. Every cleaning and everything will be done using the pandas. And I will show you even both of them. Even I will compare also in the class. During while explaining the SQL, I will explain the SQL first initially complete SQL. After completing the SQL, later I will compare this, how to connect the SQL with Python also I will show you. After connecting SQL with Python, complete data how to load in the Python. And from there, how to work with the pandas also I will show you. And I will compare both of them. And after comparison, you will only say that, sir, then SQL pandas is easy, no, sir. You will only say. And if you are feeling SQL is easy, go with the SQL only. Choice is yours. I will show you both of them now. Is the point is clear? Now, coming back. So this is with respect to the data analyst work. Now, next data scientist. Data analyst is completed. Now let's move on to the data scientist. What data scientist will do. What is the good point with our courses? We are going to cover both of them. In our course, we are having both of them. Right? That data analyst will be covered. Data scientist also will be covered. Descriptive analytics will be covered. Predictive analytics also will be covered. Right? Now, what exactly the data scientist will do? So coming to the data scientist here in terms of data scientist work, what is the data scientist work means? So the data scientist work is with respect to first business problem, later understanding the data preparation. After that, instead of here, whatever you have done, up to first 4 steps is common. After doing this directly, instead of doing the presentation, still you have to continue. Your work is not this one. So here, whatever the last step is there, that is your goal of your project. As a data analyst, what is your work is to present, have a beautiful presentation, good presentation using the dashboards, using the dashboard and using the plots. Means in the dashboard, plots will be there. What is the difference between dashboard and plots? Means if you show only one plot, it is called as plot. In a single screen, if you show multiple plots like this, first plot, second plot, third plot, if you show multiple plots like this screen is called as dashboard. The screen is called as dashboard screen. In that dashboard, multiple plots will be there at a time. That is called as dashboard. Okay. I'm trying to explain everything in a simple way because if I start technical words, you'll not understand. I'm trying to put everything in a simple way without using any technical words like KPI. If I use KPI, key performance indicators will be there. And using the key performance indicators and DAX functions you have to use means what is the use? Now you'll understand what is key performance indicators, KPIs. So I'm trying to put in a simple way. Since this is the first class and basic things, once you understand into depth into that, automatically you'll understand everything. Okay. Now coming back to the data scientist. What is the data scientist means? After data preparation, he is going to do the modeling. The modeling will be done either by using ML or by using artificial intelligence. That depends on the type of data. If it is a structured data, we have to use ML algorithms. If it is unstructured data, we have to go with the AI. So here the modeling, it is going to change either with respect to ML or AI. So the modeling will have with respect to machine learning, NLP, computer vision, and deep learning based on the data. If your data is structured, ML. If your data is text, NLP. If your data is images or videos, computer vision. Deep learning will have everything, combination. Text will be there, images will be there, normal structured data also you can do. In deep learning, we are having neural networks. In that, one of the neural network is called as ANN, artificial neural network. Using that, we can work on the structured data. CNN, convolution neural networks. Using that one, we can work on the image data. RNN, using that one, we can work on the text data. So deep learning is for all the types of data, but machine learning is for structured, NLP is for text, and computer vision for images. And we are going to do the data cleaning, proper data cleaning. For cleaning the data, statistics is required. Without statistics, no cleaning cannot be done. Statistics is required. In the statistics, you have to understand what are the different types of futures are there. I mean, variables, all these things. And finally, you are going to evaluate your model. Evaluation will be done with respect to cross-validation, train accuracy, test accuracies. Using this, you are going to do some evaluation. And once the evaluation is completed, finally, whatever you have done, you have to deploy. Deployment. First, before deployment, first you have to present. If others says okay, the client says okay, then you have to deploy that one. And after deployment, that will be used in the real life by every person. Right? Now, present for your understanding, easy understanding, one of the data science project, as I have shown you earlier, and for my previous batch students also I have shown this. If you want to predict whether the person is eligible for a loan or not, that first we are going to do the data science project, and that project we are going to deploy in the real life. And once it is deployed, now you are going to open one loan app and you are going to give your details. In a particular loan app, there is one loan app called as Navi, one company. Here you are going to provide the details, basic details, your basic details like name, date of birth, and all these details you are going to provide. And it is identifying whether you are eligible for the loan or not. And if you are eligible, what is the amount? And based on that, it is giving finally. For making this project in the real life, if you open today, after the class, if you install the Navi app and if you work on that, in the backend, the code was written with respect to data science project. They have estimated, they have predicted whether you are a right person or a wrong person, whether you will repay the loan on time or not. How they have predicted means, first they have collected the data from you. They are collecting the full name. What is your date of birth? First, they are collecting the data from you. After collecting the data, they are collecting the PAN number. By using the date of birth, they are calculating your age, whether you are senior citizen or youngsters. So, and from that PAN number, using the PAN number, they are collecting the CIBIL score in the backend. And whether you are a salaried or self-employed, and what is your monthly income. And based on your monthly income, and once you have selected this one, and you are verifying with your bank account, they are collecting the bank statement and they are checking whether whatever the income you have written earlier, whether it is credited in the bank account the same number or not, whether you are a right person or you are a wrong person. For example, in the monthly income, you have written the 50,000, but in your bank account, it is crediting only 20,000. Means you are a cheater. Obviously, it will reject the loan. For getting the loan, you are cheating the company, na? You are giving a wrong answer, na? Wrong income, na? Obviously, you are called as cheater. Cheaters will be rejected, obviously. It is cross-checking. So how it is going to cross-check? Whatever the money you have written earlier, the monthly income, it is opening your bank statement. In the bank statement, whatever the number you have entered, it is cross-checking whether the salary was credited correctly or not, exactly or not. It is cross-checking. And from that, it is confirming. And based on the confirmation, it is identifying the best offer for you. First, whether it is eligible or not, it is checking. If you are eligible, miss, it is going to tell how much amount you are eligible. If you are not eligible, it is saying that you are not eligible. What it is doing? Prediction, predictive analytics. This is a data science project. Now applying the loan and getting the loan is just of 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, everything is completed. That too without going to the bank. By sitting in the home only, you can get the loan by just 5 minutes. It is completely a personal loan. And it is going to say that, sorry, we could not approve your loan. Why? Because I am a cheater. Because I have not given the original details. I don't want loan. I don't want. Just to explain to the students, I have taken the screenshots. Okay. So just I have given with one of the account, whatever the my salary account is different. It is asking, please select your salary account. But whatever the account I have given is my savings account. In the savings account, salary is not credited. So automatically, it is thinking that, okay, this person is not getting any salary. So that is the reason he has given the savings account. And finally, it has got rejected. It is predicted. It is predicting that I'm not the right person. And since I'm not the right person, loan was rejected. Prediction. It was done the prediction. Is the point is clear? So this is with respect to data scientist. Now coming to the data scientist, what are the skills required for the data scientist? In the similar way, so we have seen what are the steps involved in the data scientist. Now what are the skills required for the data scientist? Right? First, let us start in the same way. What are the steps? What are the steps for the data scientist? For the data scientist work, what is the work of a data scientist? First one is business problem understanding, common. Collecting the data, common. Understanding the raw data, common. Next, data cleaning, common. After that, you are understanding your past data. This we used to call as exploratory data analysis. While working as a data scientist, this name we have given as exploratory data analysis. Basically, we are going to do the data analytics job only. Okay. After completing this one, now next step, we are going to give the modeling. That is either machine learning and artificial intelligence, either of. And from there, we are going to do the evaluation. And we are identifying the best model, best machine learning model. What is meant by model? Model means solution. Okay, finally, which gives the best solution, that one we have to identify. We have to apply different options. There are multiple algorithms are there. We have to try all the algorithms, different algorithms we have to apply, different approaches we have to apply. And finally, we have to identify the best one, which gives the best. And using the best model, from the best model, we have to do the deployment. This deployment will be done. Our work is saving the model. Whatever the best model is there, we have to save the model and share it to the software developers team, software engineers team. With this, our work is completed. Next teamwork starts. For example, Android app is there. I have to create an Android app. Should I learn Android now? No, that is not my work. That is nest engine. So, and in a project, complete starting to ending, I am not only the person who is going to do entire. There will be multiple teams. Multiple teams will be there. Multiple people will be there, and accordingly they will do the work. I am not only the single person who will do the entire work. Right? So we are going to save the final model. Whatever the final best model is there, you are going to save the final one. Final and the best model you are going to save. Not all the models you are going to save. Only the one model you are going to save. Whichever is the final answer, that one you are going to save, and you are going to share it to the software developers team. And they will continue from there. Whether it has to create an Android app, iOS app, whether it has to be deployed in the server, that will decide by them. That was used internally or externally. For example, HDFC Bank is there. Whatever the HDFC Bank you are seeing is different. Whatever the HDFC Bank application inside the HDFC Bank is there is different. So representatives, in front of representatives, one laptop will be there, one screen will be there. Whatever the software, it is the same software which you are using? No, that is their work. For that, we required a different one. For this, we required a different one. Based on the requirement, for end users, here end users who? Customers. Customers means for customers, we have to provide the net banking. End users are employees. For employees, we have to create another one. Who is the end user? First identify. Who is going to use your final product? According to that final product, we have to develop. Is the point is clear? Now, once this is done, now coming to the skills, what are the skills required? Same to same. First one is SQL, common. We have to take the data now. Whether data analyst or data scientist, data is common. Without data, none of them will work. So data is common. So data common means SQL is common. After collecting the data from the SQL, we are going to use the statistics and we are going to analyze the data. Data, basic exploratory data analysis will be done. And once the data analysis is basic things are completed, next we are going to do the cleaning. For cleaning the data, Python by using the pandas. Again, pandas. And once this is done, now we are going to use ML and AI for modeling. And after doing this one, we are going to evaluate that one, whatever the ML and AI, everything was done. And finally, we are going to save that one. And if it is a simple work, we are going to deploy also. If the deployment is known by you, you have to do the deployment also. If you don't know, miss, you have to share it to the others. Okay. For example, if I'm already an experience in an Android developer earlier, my previous experience, overall 12 years of experience. In this 12 years of experience, I'm having data science experience 5 years. Before to that, assume that I'm an Android developer. Assume. I'm not an Android developer, assume. Now the same thing, my HR knows that I'm an Android developer. So what they are going to do? After completing the model, they'll ask me only to create the Android app also. When they'll know this, all these things means before itself, when they're allocating the project to me on the first day itself, they know who is the team, what is the team, and in that, what are the team members and what is their profiles and what they are familiar with and what they are not familiar with. They know at the starting itself before allotting the project to us. For example, you are having the previous experience in digital marketing. Assume. Now, if any marketing related project is there, first they will ask you to enter into this project. You are working as a separate something. HR will send a mail. Hey, we have got one new data science project, and for this data science project, we require your skills and your profile is so match. It is matching perfectly. So I want you in this team. They'll send a mail. And if you reply that, okay, I'm okay, but some work was pending in the present project. I'm having some present project and some work is pending, miss. No problem, absolutely. You can shift and that work will be assigned to the another person. You just shift into this data science project. And they'll shift us into the data science project. When they have shifted to data science project, automatically they'll give the increment. You don't need to ask that one. When automatically your work is increasing, salary also should be increased. Otherwise, you leave the company. Obviously, they will do that one. You don't need to specially highlight that one. Right? Now coming to the skills, what are the skills required means SQL, statistics, Python, ML and AI along with the deployment. These are the skills of a data scientist. And coming to the data scientist, what is the growth? How the growth of the data scientist would be there? Starting with junior data scientist. Here also as a junior level. Some companies, they'll hire directly data scientist only. Instead of data analyst, directly they'll hire the data scientist. Some companies, for example, they're having the descriptive analytics project only with them. Instead of giving a tag word called as data scientist, they'll hire the data analyst. Why? If you hire as a data scientist, we have to pay more salary for you. Using that role, you can easily jump to another company. If the designation I have given for you as a data analyst, comparatively, salary will be low and quickly you will not jump to another company. For data scientist tag word, there is a huge demand in the market. That is the reason generally the companies will directly not give the data scientist word tag. Generally startups will not give that. But MNCs like Accenture, HCL, Cognizant, all these people will hire directly with the junior data scientist only. For them, there is not a problem. And from there, you are going to become as a senior data scientist. After 2 years of experience, once 2 years of experience is completed, you are the senior data scientist. After 4 years of experience, you are the lead data scientist. After 4 years of, after that, you are going to be the principal data scientist. Principal data scientist. No, there is no principal data analyst. Principal data scientist is available. Okay, principal data scientist. So junior data scientist followed by senior level, followed by lead data scientist. Next, and with respect to the principal data scientist, and once you are the principal data scientist, from there you are going to be the director of data science, head of data science. The head of data science is called as director of data analytics team, data science team. Only data science team, not director of the company. Data science team. Head of the company will depends on multiple parameters, becoming the vice president level. Next from that, managing director, chairman, that depends again different. Okay, with you, the company is making more amount of profits. You know, a very good negotiation. You are a good administrator. Then obviously, you'll go to the vice president level. Vice president of data science. And like that, to the maximum is vice president in data science. Within the data science, it is vice president. Vice president of data science team. Okay, so obviously the manager, project manager is common. For every project, manager will be there. That is common. Okay, is the points are clear? Now coming to the salaries. Salaries with the junior data analyst and salaries with the junior data scientist. It depends on the companies. Freshers, with respect to the freshers level, and companies to companies. Some startup companies are there where I have observed in my career, I have observed. Okay, as a junior data analyst, if any junior data analyst is there, minimum to minimum, his salary starts, minimum is 5 lakhs or 4 lakhs. That is the minimum salary. Okay, starting. Whereas coming to the junior data scientist in any company, the starting would be minimum 6 lakhs to 9 lakhs. 6 lakhs to 9 lakhs. I'm saying both related to MNC only. If both of them, I assume both of them are Cognizant. In the Cognizant company, we'll have with respect to junior data scientist with the 6 lakhs to 9 lakhs. Accenture 6 lakhs to 9 lakhs. Fractal Analytics 9 lakhs directly. Opening only 9 lakhs. Fractal Analytics. Tiger Analytics 8 lakhs. HCL 6.5 lakhs. Wipro 6.8 lakhs. Infosys 7.2. TCS 7.2. So it depends between 6 lakhs to 9 lakhs. Okay. Which is more practical. I'm not highlighting directly 12 lakhs opening only, or otherwise type in the Google fresher salary, directly you'll get 13.2, see that one and believe that one. I'm not saying like that. If I want to bluff you, I can directly show you in the Google what is the average data scientist salary in India. I will get directly 13.2. If you want, you can type. Just let me type in front of you only. If I want to bluff you, this I have to do. But I don't know and I will not do. I will tell you first the original thing, later this one. Okay. What is the average salary of data scientist in India? It is saying that 13 lakhs per year. Okay, average salary is 14 lakhs, it seems, as per the Glassdoor. Okay, it is saying that they have taken the multiple people and they have observed the average data scientist is around 13.75. Okay, by showing this one, I can attract more number of students into my batch, but I will not do that one. Coming to the practicality, for the freshers, companies generally will pay with respect to 6 to 9 lakhs. Average means that is included with experienced people also. Some fake experience also is included in that. So many things are included in that. This is more practical, right? Whatever I'm explaining is more practical. And as experience increases, I have seen in my career, I have seen one student. The student name is called as Pawan. Okay, he's present working in the Infosys. You can type in the LinkedIn and you can even check. Okay, where he has started his career with 3.5 lakhs in a startup company. He has started, and from there he has went to within 6 months as intern. He has started as an intern, and from there he has changed it to a Infosys, where in the Infosys he has got with 6 lakhs package. And in the same Infosys, presently, after 2 years, he is earning 14 lakhs per annum. In the same Infosys, he is completely a fresher. His name is Pawan. And I will tell you one more student name called as Jagdish. And even the day he has, first day when he has came to me, what is his present scenario no? On that day, he has told me one thing, sir, I don't know how to even switch on the computer also. That is his position at that time of day of joining. I was literally shocked. He don't know how to switch on the laptop or how to work. He's don't familiar with laptop only. He don't know open. I asked to shut down the system also. Sir, shut down. What is that, sir? He asked like that on the first day. I was literally shocked. I didn't expect it like a student like that. In my life, I have never expected. But that student has completed data science course and presently he is earning 10 lakhs per annum. Do you believe? Because he's having the passion. You know how many hours he has worked per day? Morning 8 to evening 8 he is in the lab only. At that time, the lab timings are not morning 8 to evening 8. At the time, lab is morning 9 to 6. Now the lab timings was extended. Recently, 1.5 months back, the timings were extended. Before to that, lab timings are 9 to 6 only. He used to be 9 to 6 in this building only. That is the dedication he is having. If you are having the dedication and passion, automatically you'll have the achievements. I'm saying the stories at the same time. I have seen one student who has started with 6 lakhs and after 2 years he is now still earning 9 lakhs only. I'm saying that one. I'm saying this one also. Every student will not go into the heights. Who has worked sincerely, they will go to the heights 100%. After entering into the office company also, you have to believe your company. They are paying for you the salary. They are giving the life for you. You should have a good respect towards them and good morals, good ethics. And you have to do the best for them. You have to feel that is your company and for your company you are doing something. Automatically, they will also think from their perspective like that, and automatically you will have a good growth. Assume that company is not thinking in that way. You are very positive, but the company is negative. Assume. After 1 year, knowledge you are having now. At the end, who is gaining the knowledge? You are gaining the knowledge. After gaining the knowledge, obviously you will fit the company and you will go to the second company. You will get more salary, right? Here you are doing for gaining the knowledge. Do from the day one onwards whatever the best you can do for gaining the knowledge, not for playing the politics, or not for doing with respect to gambling, or not for the cheating. What we can do the best and how we can get the best. Finally, we have to get benefited. Whatever I am doing now also, for all these things, why I am doing, at the end, I have to get more number of students in NareshIT and I have to get more pay only. If I feel myself and if I pray to the God, please give me more stress, means I'll get her. No, I have to work for that. And I have to do betterizations. Whatever the best I can do, I have to do. Is the points are clear? Now, so here, coming back to this simple, now comparison starts. Individually, I have explained you what is data analyst. Individually, I have explained you what is data scientist. Now comparison. Finally, comparison. So the data analytics, statistics and Python, simply analyzing the data analytics. If you add the machine learning, modeling, then you are called as machine learning engineers. Along with the domain, if you add domain knowledge, with domain knowledge, if you do the analysis, then you are called as data scientist. Without domain knowledge, just blindly taking the data and giving to the machine and seeing the answer. Taking data, giving to the machine and seeing the answer means that is not called as data science. Okay, with proper understanding doing. Blindly, we are not robots to do blindly, step by step. Oh, this is the order. First this one, second this one, after this one. No. Understand the scenario, understand the project. According to that, you have to work. Right? Now, coming to the difference of data engineer. What data engineer will do means collect the data. There is one image which is available in the LinkedIn. This image is not by me. I have copied from the LinkedIn. Okay. So whatever I have copied from the LinkedIn, this one, in this particular image, it is very clear. In a one shot, we can understand all the rows. So what is this one means? First data source, we are going to collect the data. The data engineers are going to collect the data. That is the data engineer work. Collecting the data from the various sources and making the data pipelines, data warehouses, data lakes, data bricks. That is work of a data engineer. Data warehouse with respect to data bricks, all these things related to data, collecting the data and making the data in a proper order, step-by-step order. That is their work, data engineer work. And whatever the data scientist is going to select the whichever the important data is there, that one, and he is going to identify the right one, right futures means right columns, right data set. And using the right data set, he is going to prepare the model, and finally he is going to give it to the software developers. And from that, ML ops engineers is going to continue the work. ML engineers work. That is, they are going to deploy, they are going to create the applications, all these things. That is called as operation phase. Whatever the ML engineers are going to do, this is called as operation. That is the reason ML plus operation is called as ML ops. Okay. In every project, 3 stages will be there. One is called as development phase. Second one is called as operation phase. Third one is called as support phase. Data scientist will be in the development phase in this part. Operation phase, ML engineers will be there. They will do the operations. They will continue with there. And data engineers, first they'll collect the data. Now, what are the skills required for data engineering means data bricks, data warehouses, Azure data lake, AWS with respect to all these things they require. Data pipelines, ETL, that is their work. right? So data analyst versus data scientist, the difference is here we are going to conduct the analysis and create the visualizations and dashboards for the stakeholders. Stake means finally end users who has given you the project. For those people, you have to re-explain what are the things you have completed. If I have given you a project, you have to explain for me written. In your company, your senior has given the project, you have to explain to your senior. Client has given directly to you, you have to explain to the client. Who has given you the project, you have to explain to that person. He is the responsible, and they have given the work for you. For example, someone has given me the work, I am giving the work for you again. We both are connected to each other. That person is not connected to you. Client is not directly connected to you. Client is connected to me, and I have given the work for you. So you have to reply for me only, not to the client. You are not going to ask the question, sir, who has given you this work, sir? What is the amount they are going to pay for you, sir? You should not ask these questions. You have to ask only that, what is the work I have to do? For that work, what is the pay you are going to pay for me? For my work, what is the pay? If for your work it is a good pay, join. If it is, you feel that the pay is very low, don't select. Choice is yours. Pay means nothing but salary, right? So here, with respect to data scientist and data analyst, the salaries will be different, analysis will be different, working will be different, everything is different. Is the points are clear? Coming to this education background, for none of them there is no required of BTech in this particular domain only. If you are BSc stats, MSc stats, MBA, blindly, no need to ask any question. You are 100% eligible. BSc stats, MSc stats, BSc max, MSc max, MBA, BBA. No doubt in that. BTech, in the BTech, IT and non-IT is there. Now the question here only, sir, non-IT, I am non-IT background. Absolutely. Because tomorrow we are going to work on telecom project. For telecom project, CSC is also same, mechanical also same. No difference. Unless you are having any telecom engineering, then only the difference will be there. For example, tomorrow I have to work in the Dr. Reddy's. Should I say that I don't know B pharmacy? Sorry, sir, I don't know B pharmacy. I have not completed B pharmacy or biotechnology. I am computers background. So please don't select me, sir. Are you going to say like this? When Dr. Reddy's is going to give the offer? Dr. Reddy's don't require data scientist. It is not the company. It doesn't want to improve. They don't want the business. So to work in a Dr. Reddy's, should I complete B pharmacy only or biotechnology? My background can be anything. He has no restriction on the background. Is the point is clear? Now, so data engineers, data analyst, and data scientist work-wise. So data analyst, they are going to clean the data. They are going to analyze the data. They are going to create the pipelines. Here, they are going to create the ML models, and they are going to evaluate the performance. And data engineers are going to collect the data, and they are going to maintain the infrastructure of the data. That is the major difference between three of them. Salaries wise also, data scientist is having the highest salary. Not only comparison with these three, compare with anything in the world, data scientist is having the highest salary. Why? Why? That is important. Because business, he is going to improve the business. Since he is improving the business, the company is going to get more profits due to his analysis. That is the reason they are going to pay him. Creating the website, everyone will do. Analyzing the data, everyone cannot do. In the Amazon website, Amazon, they will have multiple sellers are there. Multiple people are there. They have designed the websites. They have connected to the payment gateways. So many things they have done. But without data scientist, if they have not done the proper data analysis, automatically the company has to close. There is an extraordinary website. For example, you want to take the loan. Website is extraordinary. Everything is extraordinary, but you have given a loan to a wrong person. What happens? Forget about interest money. First principal amount only you will not get. Main money only you will not get. If you give a money to the wrong person. So here giving the money to a right person is important or website is important according to you. If you are having the money with you, assume you are having the money, you are the finance company. Designing a top class website and designing a top class Android app is important for you, or identifying the right person to give the money is important for you. Which one is going to play a major role for you if you are the finance company? You understand the logic now? That is also important. This is also important. But comparatively, which is more important, I'm asking. I'm not saying website design is waste one. That is also important. Comparatively, which is more important in this case? For other cases, other things. In this case, data science is going to play a major role in this example. Points are clear? So different people are going to do different works. Data engineer will collect the data, database, he will create the databases, he will create the data pipelines. All these things will be done by the data engineer. And data analyst will do with respect to after data pipelines, the data analyst will do. After data analyst, data scientist will do. After data scientist, finally, machine learning engineer will do. This is the order. First data engineer, data analyst, data scientist, and finally ML engineer. ML ops, because after development only operation phase will come. Without completing the development, how the operation will be done? So first development will be completed, later operation. So this is the things. Now coming to in NareshIT, whatever the course we are having, so it is a combination of both data science and data analytics. If I include data engineering and ML ops also, course will be 1 year. Course will be 1 year. Time will be extended. In this 4.5 months course, I can complete only data science and data analytics. There don't no data engineer work. There is no with respect to ML ops work. Right? So we are going to cover the data scientist role and data analytics role. As I've told you, whatever the things are required for data scientist and data analyst, that is Python, statistics, data cleaning, and machine learning and artificial intelligence, along with the SQL, Power BI, and cloud with Azure. And artificial intelligence, deep learning, NLP, and computer vision for working on the different types of data. So this is a combination of both data analytics and data science course. And in this course, we are going to cover with 24 real-time projects with 3 capstone projects. And with Microsoft certification in data science, along with the NASCOM certification in data science. With for certification funds practicing some questions, I'm going to share you 500 plus questions, which are already asked in the Microsoft exam. The questions means what is data science, what is data analyst, not these are the questions. I'm not going to give the Lilliput questions. Questions which are with respect to Microsoft exam previously asked, previous questions. That questions I'm going to share you 500 plus. Simply asking what is data science, what is SQL, what is the full form of SQL. I can create like this questions, even 10,000 questions also we can create. I'm not going to do that type of questions. Okay. So where we are going to provide for you the lifetime access for the materials with respect to some mock interviews, but mock interviews will be conducted only after the machine learning, not before to that. Because you have to complete some syllabus now. With the fundamentals, what questions I have to ask you? Anyone will get the job after at least 10th class. None of them will get based on LKG. You might be very good at LKG, but no job will be there. You might be all India topper also, no job will be there on LKG. You have to wait. So after certain period of time, after completing the course, certain course, then I will conduct the mock interviews, not in the starting first class itself. Right? So resume building, how to build your resume with respect to both data science and data analytics, and finally, how to take your competition. So here the projects is your experience, your certifications, your knowledge, your Kaggle competition. Says that how much knowledge you are having. Your certification and Kaggle will tell how much knowledge you are having. Project says that how much experience you are having in data science. And based on this, we are going to apply for the companies. Now you can ask what are the questions you are having. I assume it is clear the difference between a data analyst and data scientist, along with the ML ops versus data engineer also. If you have any questions, you can type. Online students, you can type your questions. Sir, is there any plan of your batch for data engineer? As of now, there is no plan. In the future, we can't say. And what is the course fees? Course fees is 18,000. 18,000 without recordings. With recordings, it is 25,000. I have forgot to keep the course fees. One of the most important point. Fees 18,000 including GST, without videos, without video recordings. With video recordings of everyday's class, it is 25,000 with videos. And the duration is, this is also most important. Fees is important, duration also important. 4.5 months. We'll say generally 4 months, but it will be extended to 4.5. So directly 4.5. Okay. So 4.5 months. 4.5 months time it will take. Yes, sir, I already know the Python, NumPy, Pandas. Then, though you know also, again, you have to listen if you're joining the batch. Okay, if you have done some kind of SQL, Python, everything in the Naresh IT or somewhere else also. But again, you have to listen, because I'm going to start from the basics only. Okay, regular class timings. Oh, this is also third one, important point, missed. Timings. New batch was started from 10:30 to 12. Okay, I will say up to 12, but it will be extended to 12:30 sometimes. So please plan accordingly. Don't schedule till 12:30. Okay, after 12:30 only you schedule yourself. Sometimes it will be extended to 12:10, 12:15 like that. Up to 12:30 it will be extended. And Monday to Friday. Only Monday to Friday. Saturday is called as practice day. Sunday is called as enjoy day. On that day, you don't practice anything. Happily enjoy. From on every day, if you do continuously miss, again, it is going to be a problem. Okay, morning. Oh, this is missing again. AM. 10:30 AM. Ravi, is there any plan of your batch for data engineer? As of now, no. If Naresh IT provides the data based on the predictive analytics, I may estimate. As of now, answer is no. Once they provide the data, then I may estimate later. Right? Done, guys. So, students, please, you can ask your questions. And this everything, this one was recorded, and this recording was saved in the YouTube. Okay, and some people has taken the screenshots, some people has taken the photos. Whatever you have done, no problem. Just go through that one clearly and have a good idea on everything. Right? Done. That's it, guys. You can leave. If no questions, you can leave. If you are having questions, stay back and you can ask what are the questions you are having. I'm working as a ETL developer. Your previous experience also will be considered, Preeti. That is related to the data science only. So obviously your previous experience also will be considered and you are more eligible for this particular course. Is there any chance of starting your evening batch? I am also waiting for the same. Once it has started, Naresh IT team is going to coordinate with you. Just you have to connect with the Naresh IT team.